the data and get equations. So this is your second chance to figure out how to do this. So you have today's date written, 8/22. At the end of class, I will give you a handout. That handout will not be due until Monday, so we'll be working on it in class tomorrow. But that's your assignment. It'll be a review for your quiz Monday. And so we're going to go to page 47. We're going to do number 13. We're going to graph it totally by hand. If you don't have graph paper, just use the back of the one I gave you yesterday. And then we're going to write an equation by hand, and then we're going to check how well we did using technology. So we're going to do the whole process again. Oh yeah, there's a little graph on there. You can do it right on your textbook page. Yeah, you don't have to do it on new graph paper. You can use the textbook page. Keep forgetting it's on there. Was anybody absent yesterday? Okay. Are we ready for page 47? Yeah. Sure. This is a long little section here. Okay. So again, there's no negatives here, and I know our x-axis will be negative because this real world problem is dealing with time. So I can set up my scatter plot using the entire grid provided. I don't need negatives. The bottom axis is the hours, and the vertical axis is your battery life. Maybe this is talking about a pair of headphones, how long it's going to stay charged. Looks like for hours we need to go all the way to 20. So I'm going to go by 2s. If you've already set it up and you didn't go by 2s, that's okay. We can pick different intervals. It's fine. Doesn't matter. And I'm 1 short, so I extended it to 20. And then going up and down, I'm going to go by, I got to go all the way to 90. I'm going to go by 10s. We don't need a break here. And I know that at some point that battery hits 100, so I extended up to 100. And I'm going to proceed with my scatter plot. These are ordered pairs. This table, you can think about it as X, Y ordered pairs. So our first point at 386. Wow, how inconvenient. My first point in no man's land. In limbo. It's not on a single grid line. 3 was in the middle, 86 is in the middle. Looks like Japan's flag. 761. 950. 1726. We're out there. Did it jump a whole bunch? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Sure did. And 20, 0. After 20 hours, it was dead. No more battery life. 0%. happen in between hours 9 and 17 for your carries. Okay, it's not a perfect line, and that's because your battery doesn't drain in a perfect rate of change. When you're watching videos, it drains more quickly than when it's just sitting in your packet. So it goes up and down a bit, but it's still a linear pattern. We can't connect the dots because it's not a consistent rate of change. It's scatter plot. So we're going to draw a line to fit. So here's the steps we're working through by hand. You draw your line. You use 2 points to find your slope. You use the first point in slope to write the equation. That's what we're working through. I'm going to come around and see how many people already have a line drawn and are ready for their slope formula. What I don't want to do is get ahead of you and then you just copy me. I just want to be available. You kind of try it and ask a question. Your lines look good. Those of you who down and down, if we can line negative slope, the batteries are draining. Right through the data. Data. You see the what I see. It took me 3 tries last period to get a line I really left. I saw some of you racing. I like that, Get it right. Approximately 2 above and 2 below. So, approximately 2 above and 2 below. Not quite good enough. Approximately 2 above and 2 below. I'm going to accept this. It was my 3rd try. I have 1, 2 above. It looks like I have about 3 below. I'm accepting it. Okay, I have some data up, some data lower. Not bad. I mean, technically, my line doesn't need to go below this because we don't go below 0% battery life. But I'm not going to erase it at this point. I'll leave it all. All right. Next, dream a line. Use 2 points to find slope. I got to find 2 points on this line. You can make up new points. Okay, for me, in my line, everyone's line's a little bit different. I got a really good point right here. It's like exactly through an intersection. So I'm going to use 670. Last class, my line didn't go through there. So yours might not either. That is going to be my X1, Y1 for the next 2 steps. Does anybody else seem to go through 670? What? Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let's find another one, though. I don't see any other ones. Alright, I don't see it. Well, that one looks pretty good, but that doesn't make sense. I don't see any other ones, so I'm going to have to estimate a little bit. Watch what I do here. I'm going to go to 14. And my 14's up a bit, so I'm going to say it's 1432. Because it's not right there. I want to try to be true to it. So I'm going to say, and it is an estimate. And I'm going to call that X2, Y2 for the next step. And now I'm ready for slope formula. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. I usually have a lot of questions about how do I pick points. I get it, but I don't feel good about picking points. People are usually feeling like, I just don't see where you got that from. I made it up. Like, I found it on the gray line, I estimated where it was, and I'm moving forward with that. was 38 over 8. I got negative 19 over 4. Since this is a word problem, I'm going to go ahead and think about the decimal of that. And, what is it, 4.75? Everyone's slope should be negative, regardless of the points you pick. 4.75. Yes, it is. Okay, negative 4.75 is my slope. My slope the first time I did this was negative 7.5. So if your slope came out much steeper than mine, that's okay. I would say anything between like negative 2 and negative 9 works. Is anybody willing to share their slope is different than mine? What'd you get? Negative 5. Anybody else willing to share a different number? Okay, we can move forward. That's okay. All right, found slope, check. Now we're going to use the first point and the slope to actually write our equation. Then we'll check our equation with our technology. So I'm going to plug in x1, y1 here. That's 70 and 6, or 6 and 70. And I'm going to plug in my negative 4.75 in the m spot. Here we go. We'll do the distributive property to rewrite this guy. Who's got a question about how it plugged in? Ask somebody next to you. Ask me. Don't sit and wonder. This is your chance to figure it out. The more questions a class asks, usually the higher that particular class does on the quizzes. It's kind of hard to ask questions, I know. Usually if there's a couple of kids in there willing to really get it out there, talk about how confused they are, it helps everybody. You gotta be brave. Oh. Now my last step in writing this equation will be to add that y value over 70. And my equation is negative 4.75x plus 98.5. According to this particular headphone data during battery overtime. Do headphones last 20 hours? Yeah? Longer? Shorter? This doesn't have to be for using them the whole time, right? I don't know. I don't use headphones. I plug in my phone like every night. So I don't know why that lasts anymore. But we could like do a application of this and have everybody track their data. And then, but it would matter. And then we talk about like, what are you doing on your phone? How many movies are you watching? Things like that. Let's talk about what this means. This means that every hour the battery is drained 4.75%. And that's starting at 98.5. So it's not even starting at 100 based on this data. All right, let's hit the technology and see how we did, how close we are to the real answer. The real programmers got the linear regression, doing the line of best fit. We have a line of fit. The technology has the line of best fit. All right, on your calculator, I'll write out the steps again for you. The TI-86 your most important button for this is called data. And then you got your L1 and L2 to fill in. And then you're going to hit second, and you're going to hit data again. And then you're going to zoom down to number 4, linear regression. And then you're going to hit enter. And then you're going to zoom down to calculate. And then you're going to hit enter again. And then you'll see what A is, and you'll see what B is. Everybody else is on desmos.com. You're going to hit the plus sign. You're going to fill in a table. And then you're going to go one line below it, and you have to type in Y1, squiggle, N, X1, plus sign, B. So you are either hitting buttons on a calculator or you are inputting data on a computer. And inputting data into a computer is maybe one of the most real-life applications we could do in the math classroom. Lots of people inputting data in computers 40 hours a week, and that's their full job. Putting it in. What patient was seen? What happened with that patient? What is their insurance? This is their insurance. How much did they pay? That's their job. Here's your Desmos. Desmos.com. Plus sign. Table. This is what you type in. Let it all happen. I'll come in and ask the question. Why is that working? There's certain errors that I can help you troubleshoot. Learning to troubleshoot is important. You got your computer down pat? I mean, your calculator? You already got your line of fit. That's good. Got your line of fit. Good. Questions in the back. Any questions back here? What are you doing? Looking at it? Looking on there? Got your line of fit. Questions on the side. Looks good. You hit that. You can see it. I don't know if you care to see it yet. I don't know if you care to see it. The calculator doesn't show. All right, write your equation down. And how did we do? Our numbers came out pretty accurate, I think. Like really very accurate. A value is negative 4.58. B value is negative 5.95. So our battery drains negative 4.58x plus 95.95 each hour. It's interesting that we don't know this data, right? Like it should be part of the marketing of these cell phones. Which cell phones drain more quickly, the Apples or the Androids? Anybody? Rumor has it Apples lose battery much more quickly than Androids, but maybe because they're working better. Who knows? Any questions before we check yesterday's assignment? You know, I don't think we fully answered it. Let's wait. I haven't written a complete sentence yet, which makes me nervous. I know it's a word problem. Let's see. Is it linear? Yes, linear. Did we write an equation? Yes. Whoa, we didn't even do this part of the question yet. Then estimate y when x is 15. Explain the meaning. All right, let's finish it up. We have to plug in x equals 15. Let's do it to the tech equation, the line of best fit. We'll see if anybody can explain it. I'll see if there's any volunteers. I think I got our spinner working. But I don't know if it'll work while I'm doing screen share. It might not even be worth it. No, it's not loaded in yet. See you tomorrow. I got your names in somewhere. Okay. Negative 4.58 times 15 plus 95.95. And I'm going to use a squiggle because I did round when I wrote my equation. So it's an estimate or an approximation. Alright, I'm going to give you a minute to explain what this means. But what does it mean? What is this number? Talk about it in your groups, and then if I get a volunteer, I'll give the whole group an extra credit point for volunteering your explanation about what does 27.25 even mean. Write down a complete sentence to explain it. Regress the point into one minus it. Regression. Regress. Is that regressing? Go back or something. Hey, who wants to volunteer? Go for it.
27 hours.
Is it 0? That's pretty close. It is. Nope. That's a pretty good sentence, but I'm gonna flip your numbers just a little bit. Pretty good though. Stick with the same group, Jaden. Okay, let's go with headphones. Alright, here we go. When you've been, because we plugged in x equals 15 and x is on, when you've been on, or you could say when 15 hours have passed, yeah. When you've been on the headphones for 15 hours, there is 27.25% battery remaining. How many hours do they have left? According to the line, it's been 15 hours. According to the line, they still have 5 hours. Alright, bonus points for your whole group. I don't know the third person. Oh, it's Kira. +1, +1, +1. Good job, you guys. Alright, let's check yesterday's assignment. And if you didn't get these numbers, I want you to ask why. Why are my numbers different? It might just be rounding. And this was all using technology. When I walk around to give you credit for this, I want to see sentences for 15 and 16. These last two don't have sentences because there was no heading. But the context of 15 was about tuition, and the context of 16 was about the population. I remember yesterday some of you were like, I have a really weird number on 16. It's a decimal, and everybody wanted to toss in the towel. They thought they had it wrong. But no, this is right. It's 0.323, and that's because it's in millions. Says the population is increasing 0.323 million, so not quite 1 whole million, not even half a million, 0.3 million. Still a lot of people. Each year after 2013. And the population in 2013 was about 19 million. And when you plugged in whatever number, it said you got 23 million as a result. What type of population was it this time? The population of Florida we're talking about, people. This is real data. All the information in here about Florida is supposed to be real data. So this is saying like 300,000 people we increase every year. And so this is after 2013. So in 2019 we had 21 million people. So 2026, is that when you guys, some of you guys will graduate in 2026, it'll tell you what the population is. So the population will be 23 million people just in Florida. Imagine if everyone gave you $1. Just convince every Floridian to give you $1. You have $23 million. Or maybe a vote. Maybe we could get every Floridian to give you a vote. There's some votes coming up. Out of the 23 million, how many people are going to vote in November? Also, are those adults or? You put your face so I can see you. Are you using on the next page? Will you put your face? Mariah? What's the words there? No. How'd you do? Good. If you weren't able to do it yesterday because you couldn't work Desmos or you couldn't work your calculator, you're working on it right now, right? This is your time. But I on purpose put answers up and try to chill so you can check and you can correct. It's not for everyone to rush and copy. I know you guys don't like it when people do that, but I mean, if people are just copying the answers every day, they're gonna fail the quizzes. It doesn't matter. So this is for time for people to actually think about it, ask questions around them. Did you do anything on the back? Did you read out your yep? And we're figured out today. You didn't know yesterday. Got it. You got anything on the back? Do you guys have any questions for me? Got it? What? How about you? Did you get to the back now? Do you have any questions for me? You're working on the Desmo? Yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions? You have to do it exactly. So you realize like what's different? Decimal? Which is it a decimal point? What I don't like about your textbook, and this will come out really frequently actually, is that it's inconsistent. Like this is a tenth. We had a whole number for people. They went to the thousandths here, hundredth here. And these are what I said. I said 2 decimal places. So this might be different in your answer. Is that the one? I told you guys around 2 decimal places. So I try to be consistent. Even if you see here the rounding isn't what I said, try to just stay with 2 decimal places. But besides rounding that last number, it should be the exact same number. Here's another question. You got equations. Any questions here? Alright, if there's no more questions, let's check the assignment from Tuesday. I have not walked around and checked it yet. It's page 45. I jumped right into scatter plots yesterday. If you don't know the steps of graphing, click the video link in YouTube. Some student did it yesterday and they said it was helpful. You don't watch the video, you fast forward and you pause on the steps and you go through only what you need. You don't watch the whole class over again. You just see what you need. Oh my gosh, it was the same section. 1, 4, 6, and 7. We're talking page 45. Page 45, 1, 4, 6, and 7. Here's number 1. Am I right, you guys? Am I on the right thing right now? Page 45, 1, 4, 6, and 7. Did you guys get 1/5? Is it about gasoline? No. Is it about tipping? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm on the right thing. Are you on the right thing? I'm in. Are you in? So, you can count up, I think I did this one with 4th period. You can count up to over 10, or you can do a slope formula. Your slope should have been 1/5. You were supposed to write a sentence. The slope of 1/5 shows that a tip should be 1/5 of the cost of a meal. Said that way different the other day. There it is. And here's number 4. There's a point at 0, 0 and a point at 4, 6. Slope formula leads you to the slope of 3 over 2. The slope shows that trees grow 3 feet every 2 years or 1.5 feet each year. I wonder what type of tree that is. For all of your agriculture people in here. Is anybody in ag and they study plant height over time? We do have graduates going to like University of Florida in agriculture. It's very cool. They study dirt. Apparently dirt's really important. You gotta have good dirt. It's one of the biggest blessings of our country is that we have good dirt. We can grow food in it. All of our countries who are hungry is because of their dirt, mostly not their water. Their soil is not good enough. Here's number 6 about the swimming pool. Now this one was more difficult, so I should see people working on this one. Okay? This one didn't tell you the y-intercept, which I believe was already brought up in here. So I had to do slope formula, and I got -60. Now, if you look at the y-intercept, it looks like it's about 480. That's what I said here. But I use this y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 from yesterday and today. I put in the first point and the -60 slope, And I got the y-intercept of 480. The slope shows the pool is losing 60 cubic feet each hour. So how long does it take to drain a pool? You know who that's important to? The YMCA. When the YMCA drains their pool, they get people calling. Why is the pool drained? Why isn't the pool open? When is it going to be done? Did you do this page? 1, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 4, 6, and 7. Good. You did it. I'm looking for seconds. I'm looking for slopes. I'm looking for effort all the way through number 7. You should be working as I go around. Let's see how it personally done. Not because you didn't do it, but because you weren't sure it out. At some point in the year, I was really holding people more accountable. But I think things have been a little bit rushed. So. Are y'all doing equations for number 7? Yeah. Seeing some blank 7s. Working it out. Is it more difficult maybe? Check it out. Maybe I just didn't show the answer yet. Let's take a look at 7. Scroll. Oh yeah, this one is more difficult for sure. You consider buying a phone from 2 phone carriers. The table shows the phone for different numbers of months in carrier A. So we could call this one what? T-Mobile. This one is T-Mobile. And then the total cost for carrier B is this one. It's 2 completely different companies. What's another cell phone company not T-Mobile? AT&T. Maybe it's Sprint. I don't know. So what we're doing is comparing T-Mobile's fees to AT&T's fees. Which carrier has the lower initial fee? Well, this one initial fee is $300. I'm claiming that $300 is lower. Well, why? Oh, I had to find the equation for carrier A. So the first thing I did was slope formula. The slope for carrier A is 50. Found the y-intercept. The y-intercept for carrier A is 350. You could just subtract 50, 50, 50. You get to 350. So T-Mobile is $50 a month with a $350 fee, which maybe is the cost of a phone. And AT&T is $55 a month, but it's only $300 for the phone. How dare you? What are you doing? No. Cancel. Oh. Nope. Cancel. Screen share. Why? Why is it doing that? Move on. Who in here wants to pay their own phone bill? Anybody? You'll care one day about this problem. Bless you. One day you'll want to know who has the lower initial fee. Yeah, so carrier B has the lower initial fee of $300. After how many months of service are their total costs the same? This is how you do that. When do they equal? You take that first equation, set it equal to the second equation, and solve it. And or you can use logic and reasoning. You guys can all follow that pattern and figure out when they have the same fee. When you solve it, you get 10. After 10 months, the phone costs the same. Anybody want to ask any questions? All right. For the rest of us, you guys can take a look at your quiz review. This is not due tomorrow. You have class time tomorrow. This is not due tomorrow. You have class time tomorrow to do this as well. You may keep it. You may write on it. If you miss